gardener's eldest son had great conceit of himself, and away he went to look for the bird. In the afternoon he sat down under a tree to rest himself, and eat a bit of bread and cold meat that he had in his wallet, when up comes as fine a looking fox as you'd see in the borough of Munfin, Musha. "Sir," says he, "would you spare a bit of that meat to a poor body that's hungry?" "Well," says the other, "you must have the devil's own assurance, you common robber, to ask me such a question. Here's the answer," and he let fly at the Madhirine Rua. The arrow scraped from your side up over his back, as if he was made of hammered iron, and stuck in a tree a couple of perches off. "Foul play," says the fox, "but I respect your young brother, and will give a bit of advice. At nightfall you will come into a village. One side of the street you'll see a large room lighted up, and filled with young men and women, dancing and drinking. The other side you'll see a house with no light, only from the fire in the front room, and no one near it but a man and his wife, and their child. Take a fool's advice, and get lodging there." With that he curled his tail over his crupper, and trotted off. The boy found things as the fox said, but beginning he chose the dancing and drinking, and there we'll leave him. In a week's time, when they got tired at home waiting for him, the second son said he'd try his fortune, and off he set. He was just as ill-natured and foolish as his brother, and the same thing happened to him. Well, when a week was over, away went the youngest of all, and as sure as the hearth money, he sat under the same tree, and pulled out his bread and meat, and the same fox came up and saluted him. Well, the young fellow shared his dinner with the Madhirine, and he wasn't long beating about the bush, but told the other he knew all about his business. "I'll help you," says he, "if I find you're biddable, so just at nightfall you'll come into a village. Goodbye till tomorrow." It was just as the fox said, but the boy took care not to go near dancer, drinker, fiddler, or piper. He got welcome in the quiet house to supper and bed, and was on his journey next morning before the sun was the height of the trees. He wasn't gone a quarter of a mile when he saw the fox coming out of the wood that was by the roadside. "Good morrow, fox," says one. "Good morrow, sir," says the other. "Have you any notion how far you have to travel till you find the golden bird?" "Dickens a notion have I," said me, "how could I?" "Well, I have. She's in the King of Spain's palace, and that's a good 200 miles off." "Oh, dear. We'll be a week going." "No, we won't. Sit down on my tail, and we'll soon make the road short." "Tail, indeed. That'd be the droll saddle, my poor Madhiri. Do as I tell you, or I'll leave you to yourself." Well, rather than vex him they sat down on the tail that was spread out level like a wing, and away they went like thought. They overtook the wind that was before them, and the wind that came after it didn't overtake them. In the afternoon, they stopped in a wood near the King of Spain's palace, and there they stayed till nightfall. "Now," says the fox, "I'll go before you to make the minds of the guards easy, and you have nothing to do but go from lighted hall to another lighted hall till you find the golden bird in the last. If you have a head on you, he will bring himself in his cage outside the door, and no one then can lay hands on him or you. If you haven't a head I can't help you, nor no one else." So he went over to the gates. In a quarter of an hour the boy followed, and in the first hall he passed he saw a score of armed guards standing upright, but all dead asleep. In the next he saw a dozen, and in the next half a dozen, and in the next 3, and in the room beyond that there was no guard at all, nor a lamp, nor a candle, but it was as bright as day, for there was the golden bird in a common wooden wire cage, and on the table were the 3 apples turned into solid gold.